So we were stuck. Half of the troops were down below, the other half were up above. So then they called the Air Force, and the Air Force flew in. They had two of them big C4s or C5s, I don't know what you call them, but they're big transports, and they put a bridge in each one of them. And then they dropped them on the mountain, and then the engineers winched them down and put them in place. But the first, they had two of them, because in case they missed with the first one, the second one, you know. But the first pilot got it right where they wanted it. So they pulled the bridge down, and then the column moved again. But it was so cold there, we couldn't bury our dead, so they had to be cremated. So, but that's how cold it was. So it was an experience, I'll tell you that.
Now, when you got to drive, had a truck, right? So
Yes.
So were you driving like supplies back and forth? Is
That's
that
what it was.
So
Most of the time I was hauling 4.2 mortar shells up to they were in short supply.
And
the 30 caliber machine guns were no good at all over there. They couldn't fire enough. The only thing was a 50 caliber and 40. So.
And then once the Chinese came down, and you said the 5th fought back to the 3rd, and the 3rd went to the 1st. Is that how? Then once you got to like the like 38th parallel line, like once you kind of got back into South Korea, did it pretty much stop there, or was it like, or were you still in North Korea? Like when did the fighting sort of?
Well, we got on ships at Hongnam. That's in North Korea.
Okay.
That's where the fleet was. And the 25th Army Division, my brother-in-law was in that one. There's two routes up to the reservoir. One was a southern route, and we had the northern route. The 25th come down there, and they also got on ships at Hongnam. And then we regrouped down at Mesa. The 1st Marine Division regrouped, and we got more supplies and stuff. But the Army, I think they were around Busan. I don't know where they went. But no, they had the whole Navy in the Hongnam Harbor. They had transport ships, they had everything. They not only loaded us up, I don't know how many thousands of Koreans they loaded up and all to South Korea that wanted to flee the communists, you know. But no, the Army had quite a few different Army guys from all over the world. And then they had the best doctors in the world. I was on the hospital ship Repos, and they had doctors from Germany, all over Sweden, all over, the best brain surgeons in the world that were on that ship. And they'd operate on these guys. And then like between World War II and Korea, my God, they saved a lot of men, you know, that would have been World War II, would have died. But there they saved them, because it was a joint effort. Everybody, you know, every country had just about in the United Nations furnished something, troops or doctors or supplies or something. And then when I went to Japan, to the hospital there, I had a Navy doctor who was real. He was what do you call it? Eyes, ears, and nose specialist. He was called back in service. You know, they were called in just like everybody else. And then when I got done there, I come home, and then I was on leave, and then I went back to Treasure Island. That's right off the San Francisco, big naval base there. And I stayed there for, I don't know, 5-6 weeks, so my records come back from Japan. Then I got discharged because I had enough points. Because you got so many points for the Purple Heart, so many points for every month you were in combat, and so many months for every month you were in the Marine Corps. So I had way over enough to get discharged. And besides that, I got married. And then 2 weeks after I got married, they shipped me over to Korea, so I didn't get much chance to have a honeymoon or nothing. So I got out. So
When you got injured,
pardon me?
when you got injured, do you still have any effects today, like from being injured back then, like arthritis or any of that kind of stuff?
I got frozen feet. I got that, and I get a pension for that now. But it took 35 years to get the pension. So, no, the VA ain't very good. They even, I got a letter from them saying that they have no record of me being in the Marine Corps. There's no record of me being in Korea. And if they turn the page, the next page, it showed where I was wounded and received a Purple Heart, you know. That's how the VA operates, you know. They're not too good with the men. And they're not treating these boys that are coming home very good either. So, no, I get all my medicine from Appleton, the VA down there.
Question.
But the naval hospitals are the best in the world. I mean, you can't find a nicer hospital, cleaner or neater. But
Were there a lot of guys from Green Bay that went over with you? Was it like?
no, they split us all up.
Oh, okay.